Welcome back to Mark Carney's book club. We are reading chapter 13. This is the third and final part of that chapter. It won't be very long until we're done this one. He's been talking in the last couple parts about the essential qualities of leaders. In the last chapter, we went through most of the attributes of value-based leadership, and that is purpose, perspective, clarity, competence, and humility. So we're just finishing up talking about humility. Leaders need to be humble about success and honest about failures. Admitting mistakes and publicly learning lessons are important parts of being authentic. Being authentic means doing what you say and letting people know who you are, including what you believe in, what drives you, as well as your strengths and, importantly, your weaknesses. Authenticity is intimately connected with trust. People may not agree with every decision, but they deserve to know why those decisions are made. And decisions will be easier to follow, indeed easier to anticipate, if people know what the leader stands for. When a leader admits their weaknesses, they recognize that they are on a path of continuous learning and self-improvement. Becoming a leader does not mean the person has made it and has nothing left to learn. Rather, leadership is a discipline that involves deliberate practice and continuous learning. Purpose, perspective, clarity, competence, and humility. Not all of these qualities are ever visible in any leader, certainly never at the same time. But if you keep them in mind, they will be seeds that the exercise of leadership will germinate, and their growth will benefit both you as the leader and those you lead. Next, he's going to talk about values-based leadership in a disruptive age. So how does one lead at a time when we are learning of the power of networks to divide as well as to connect people? To first define your purpose and stick to it obsessively. Second, he says, in a world of divisions, fusion will bring breakthroughs. Third, he says, you must engage people's intuitions and win their trust. Be open to dialogue, and remember Henry Ford's advice that if there is any one secret of success, it lies in the ability to get the other person's point of view. A leader in this disruptive age must not only be able to set their eyes on the horizon, they must see from the periphery. Being able to take the perspective of those on the edge of your organization, of society, will drive inclusive capitalism. The Oxford scholar Ed Brooks stresses 3 familiar virtues as particularly important to moral leadership. Humility, which points to our intellectual limits and the sometimes radical uncertainty in which we live. Humanity, which aspires to a feeling of solidarity with those on the periphery. And hope, which raises our ambitions for the future. So that wraps up chapter 13. Next, we will dive into chapter 14, which is called How Purposeful Companies Create Value. So stay tuned for that one and let me know what you think so far.